Taka show fancy bola. Still. Bola Joseph. You like watching the grass, yeah. It's a nice grass. Pull malak over there. I was just doing some technical issues at the back. Just trying to hook up the mics for our podcast, and then we'll get started. Lucky Kivira Mbuga watching from New Zealand. Big fan of Waka family from Vanuatu. Vinaka, thank you for joining us this lovely evening. Okay, great. Bula all the way from Ratuskuna Road, Nasese, Marlin Bula. Bula Suba. Okay, I think that's the one.
But they're both on the same input.
Oh, same. Okay. I was just earlier asking about the prices for the t-shirts and hat. Please let me know. What's this? Alipati Pariti. Oh, the prices for the t-shirts. Are they
$35.
$35. 35, and the bucket hats are 35, the black ones. The trucker hat, the blue one, is 70?
$75.
$75. Okay. So 75 for the blue trucker hat, and the shirts are $35. Oh, we're watching from Antarctica. What? Antarctica.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Bulakafu. Kalau kena awam do lolong tu ani go I tabini. Oh, Marcus. Bulu benak. Ulu cio. Secio. Let the dog to start. Yo, my Harley. Come. Looks like can start it for us this night. Is it okay?
I think it's still. No.
Where are the hats and t-shirts that are for sale? Or you can check it on what's this? Kikivira. You can check it on online or on our website wakafarms.com/store, and it's on our the link is on our bio as well, so you can check it through that. Yes, you can make your purchases through M-Pesa as well. Yes, Alipati. Wotai na tu duan tantambe warong tu yane be amuntu ere mantan tu aser ma re ser mai tu hol mai werik makas re ser ya sabaru tia wotai ci onggore wotai ngabe amuntu tu ile. Yeah, I think it's like with the update because I just updated the software today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why it's I don't know. I'm like trying to figure it out.
So we're live?
Yeah, we are live.
Okay.
Hey Dan, pula. Boss okay, Rick. Mendona cimi lagi.
Dan who?
Daniel Lembai Walu. He's from the guy from Mombasa.
Oi.
My friend.
So tell me when you're live, and then I'll intro the podcast,
Mhm.
and then we'll just start going. I'll just riff for a little bit until Stephanie comes. Stephanie's a little late. She's dealing with the kids.
Mhm.
Checking out if you guys asked any questions. What we got here?
Okay, go.
That's right. Something's not right with this.
Okay.
Did you lose input?
Yeah. You took it off?
Yeah, this mic's just not.
Ay, wait. Alright. Pula remesya enggak. Pula dari mata-mata Antarctica. Yeah, I bet. Good night from PNG. Good night, brother. You can hear you loud and clear. Alright.
No, just trying to set it
You
up.
say you seem to be ahead of another Fijian YouTuber in okay. The island time set up for the live stream podcast. Yeah.
What's that?
That was just like this guy saying that we on island time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ito ko sa bonito nga enangge satu nga nenda ko ni camera me ready aro nga na boso linggo.
Okay, set.
Ito sa
Can-
ito.
Am I in?
Set. Try the other one.
Can you check? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you with this one.
Okay.
Try.
Set.
Go.
Huh?
Go.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I lost you again. Go.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your monitor on?
Yeah, it's spiking, but it's not.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Try the second one. Okay, so that's one for that one.
Mic check.
Trace one.
I don't think you have my recording on.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, worst intro to a live ever.
Okay, try again.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mic check. Mic check 1. No? So just close the program and start over again.
Oh, I'm not gonna last like this. My flexibility is not like yours.
Yeah.
I can't sit like this for long.
Just take that thing.
Oh, yeah, give me that chair. I can sit for like that, like 15 minutes max. Yes. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Like.
Okay.
It's better. It's like an old woman.
Mm.
I can't sit on the ground.
It's a poor truck.
Yeah.
We are live, by the way. Is anybody left? You got it?
No, it's still doing that thing.
What's that?
I think it's close that one, right?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah, the mic check is more so because it's not recording. Just answering someone's comment. We're supposed to. This is gonna be like a podcast and a live, so that's why it's like slow to start.
Just tap your mic.
That one.
And this one.
Okay.
Set up.
Okay, try. Let's try this again.
Should I sit with my back to you and put my so the camera?
Okay,
That's fine.
mic test.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, you're good.
Mic check.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mic check.
Alright.
Good.
Test again.
Mic
Just
check.
check the volume
1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
again.
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you jump.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, good. We good. All right.
And am I in frame with my chair?
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I'll
My
just adjust it. Okay.
awesome
You're good.
camping chair.
Hold on. Do it. Okay.
Sure. It's kind of cold.
We'll just adjust this, and then we're ready to go.
Okay. So for all of you that are watching live, we are doing our podcast live tonight. So that's why all the setup
I think
is not where we normally do our podcast.
What do you think?
I think we're good just with one light.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start the recording, and I'm gonna cue you guys in. Right?
Okay. You started?
Sure.
Joe started. That's how we roll.
What's up, everybody? Okay, we're back. It's been a long week, and we haven't recorded, I think, for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to bring the energy. I'm just looking at comments here from everybody. Sorry
John-
about the
John
slackness.
is gonna
We're going
bring-
live, by the way, for those of you who are listening by audio.
Oh, yeah.
We're recording this live as we do this, and so we're going Facebook, YouTube live, and we're gonna be posting this on our mics or on our podcast platforms later.
And how are you feeling?
I'm exhausted. Yeah. You?
I'm exhausted. I've been like using half sentences and
Yeah.
like nondescript words, and we've been fighting the last couple days.
It's been rough.
Yeah, we've just agreed to say sorry and move on because we're not actually fighting. We're just tired.
Mm.
So yeah, that's most of the arguments. Like, you're not upset about anything. You're just exhausted, and it is what it is. So.
I'm tired.
What are you tired from? For those who don't know.
Oh yeah, so we just got lied to for a week basically. I'm ready to just rip people new anuses on this one.
Okay.
We just came off of a week of a camp with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and yeah, it was a fantastic experience. It was a good litmus test of like the what should I say?
The fortitude of our team.
Yeah, the fortitude, the resilience, the endurance, yeah, of the team that we have at the coffee shop. So we were asked to well, I don't even know what we were really asked to do actually.
We were asked to be the only storefront out at the seventh-day camp.
We were originally asked to provide produce and stuff for the farm.
They said that there would be no
Before the
produce,
camp.
out there. And then we got another message later saying, "Hey, would you move out your shop, your entire coffee shop out there for the week?" And we had kind of talked about they needed a mini market and they needed produce, and we're gonna move the coffee shop. And we were kind of like, that's a pretty big commitment. And they said, "Yeah, but you'll be the only store out there, so you'll be the only one that be providing service to us. And we'd love if you could come." And so we finally agreed. We took a tour of the campground, and we got told you'll have water, you'll have power, you'll have gravel right away so you can set up properly. And none of that happened. And then also on top of that, we were not only the only store that was able to provide. Of course, people were allowed to go across the road and set up their tents, but we were told that none of the campers were allowed to leave. And so we stocked our stock accordingly. And because we had to use fuel, we couldn't bake out at the campsite because there was no water and not enough power. I had to go back and forth from Sanganga to get pizza.
I feel like you're saying a lot of things without really like saying anything.
Oh, would you like to clarify?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it was a camp of 7,000. It was a camp of like 7,000 or 8,000 people, and so that was like 3,000, 4,000 kids, and the rest were adults. And so originally we were asked to provide produce from our farm, and I was like, guys, our farm is not big enough. I could give you every piece of produce off of every farm in Sanganga, and it wouldn't be enough for that many people. And so when it came to the time of the camp, fast forward, like everybody actually had their own stuff. Like nobody really needed produce, and like everybody came in like 3-ton trucks and with like literally with the kitchen table. Like,
yeah,
the
I
people
saw
came
lots
with
of
tables.
kitchen tables coming in.
They came with freezers and generators for like this like scouts camp.
Yeah.
Like it's such a like the Pathfinders thing is like it's so weird. It's just like oh, I didn't expect this
Well,
from.
it's not weird. It's just different than what happens in Fiji. I thought it was really cool. I thought that like the kids at the camp were great.
No. They were awesome.
No, I'm
it was
just
just like
saying,
not what I expected.
And like I guess idea of it. Like I was driving through the camp a couple days while they were doing activities, and they're doing like outdoor kind of, I don't know, like scouts kind of activities. I don't know how to describe it. Outdoorsman stuff. That was kind of cool. I thought that was great. And I think the campers were lovely. We just had an issue with the leadership of the team and just kind of the failure to uphold their end of the bargain.
Well, it was like they were asking us to do stuff that like the camp didn't actually really need. And it was like, I thought you guys have done this before. So when we committed to like take orders for the market, or that, you know, you guys are the only vendors on site, knowing that probably like wherever this camp goes, it's a camp that happens every 4 years, that like there's probably vendors that show up and like, are they actually able to ever lock it down? Because they said like kids won't be allowed to leave, and nobody will be allowed in. But like adults and chaperones will be allowed out, obviously, to go and purchase food and stuff like that from the market, or go to town and go to the stores. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then it was totally like just a free for all until somebody died, and then they were like holding hands going down the highway, and I was like, oh, this is not what I was told at all. Like, yeah, our site was supposed to be prepared, which it wasn't. It was just like they took the topsoil off and left us just like muddy slope. Luckily I got the truck driver to like dump a bunch of gravel so we could spread it, and then so we weren't working in the mud most of the time.
Yeah, half the time.
And we were supposed to have water, but then when we didn't have water. They didn't give us water. And then when we go to the tanks to fill our water tank, because I had to take the water tank down from the roof here actually. One night me and Corey came at like 12 o'clock, and like the village is quiet. And like I get on the roof and I like disconnect the water tank, and I'm like carrying it across the roof, and just like so much noise. People are probably like, what the heck's going on? It was literally like midnight, I think.
Yeah.
And so we took that little water tank there, and then I'd go to like their water tanks to like fill it up, because we were running like a restaurant. I was like, we have to be sanitary. We have to have clean water to like serve drinks. And then they'd like growl at us and be like, no, this water's for the campers. I'm like, what the heck? So like you guys obviously can tell I'm pretty upset, but this is just like an honest review of like, and I'm just sick of losing because of people's dishonesty. And I think it's time for us to just like set ourselves apart from people who just can't hold themselves to what they say. Like your word means nothing, and that pisses me off.
Yeah,
we also were promised electricity, and so they brought this big generator from Suva. Let me finish. I'm on a rampage here. They brought this big generator from Suva where we were supposed to have power the whole time. And then like we hardly ever had power. One of the guys, you're awesome, Barnabas, we appreciate you. He was sick. I feel like he was the guy who like, any of the power that we did have was because of Barnabas. So shouts out to you. Hopefully we get to do more with Barnabas in the future. But then we basically 20 hours a day or there, so about, it's like running 2 generators, because we brought our generator. We had three deep fridges, like 3 deep freezers.
2 deep. Oh, we did have 3. We did.
What even happened to the Tucker's one? Where is it now?
It's in our landlord's shop in the back, so
Oh,
it
is
doesn't
it?
get stolen. Yeah, we gotta return that bad boy after Christmas.
After Christmas, all right.
Yeah,
Tucker's, you're gonna get your deep fridge back.
it's
after
safe.
Christmas.
I made sure it's safe. So.
And then we were running a big Coke fridge, and so our little generator couldn't keep up, so we had to get a friend's, and so we were running that. That was like $700-800 worth of fuel for like a week. And so it's just like all the stuff that was said, basically every single thing that was said just like wasn't actually true. It wasn't held up. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, this is unbelievable actually.
And it was hard because like I think for me, like I wanted to keep like a decent attitude towards like the campers, because they've done nothing wrong.
Well, the campers were dope. All the campers, chaperones were sick.
Yeah.
Like you guys didn't have to
And
buy
they're
from us.
lovely.
Like if you didn't know about that, you guys gotta go, and like we were charging more than you would get at the market, because we had to transport it all the way there, And like we did fulfill a lot of orders, but like I didn't realize that like most people weren't showing up on buses. A lot of people were coming
In rental cars.
in rental cars, or like a lot of people brought rental cars, or in like these big 3-ton trucks. And so it's like, I just felt like you guys just like made some stuff up just so it would come out.
They did.
That's what I felt like.
Well, I did talk to one of the other heads of the organization, and I got told, well, the other guy promised you, but I didn't know about it. And to me, in something like that, I didn't say it at the time because I was just tired, but I was saying it doesn't matter. If you have a team of leadership, if John says something, we have to stick to it. If I say something, we have to stick to it. It doesn't matter. Like, you guys are in leadership together, and so if promises have been made, it doesn't matter. You still have to kind of fulfill those to make sure that, and also, like, you have to be respectful of people that you've asked to move out an entire store, because unloading was another debacle. Everything is muddy. We've had to go through and wash everything we've ever owned, you know, for the coffee shop. So that it's been quite the thing. And if you can't see on our faces, we're very tired. I think John maybe slept 2 hours every night. I maybe got like 2 to 3 hours. We were just kind of running on fumes and adrenaline. And now that the adrenaline's gone, I think like the stress of it all and the tiredness, we're both just like, oh, I need just to crawl into a hole and die for a week, and then I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I was even doing dishes the other night, and I was like, I can barely do these dishes. I just need to like sleep.
I went and pulled that big cassava this morning, and I was dying.
Yeah. Yes, I came home. I've never seen you like that. So I went. I don't even know what I was doing this morning. I was doing something this morning. Oh, I'd taken Leaky to the doctor. Because I have so many boils, and Leaky got an infection. So we both got an injection in our butt, which was not the greatest moment.
I'll give you an injection in your butt.
Thank you. No, gross.
Sorry.
I'm like too tired. This is not funny.
All right.
Go away. And then I'm like, I can't even like handle the conversation. And then I came back and I expected John to be like unpacking. And then he was just laying on the floor, and I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, can you go and do something? And he's like, I have no energy. I'm dying over here. Can you feed me? I'm like, this is another low. This is a new low of my husband right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all I could do.
I don't think I've ever seen you that
Desperate.
and distraught. I think once in 12 years it's enough. That's funny. Oh, someone was saying, I was reading the comments.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking at them right now.
where's this guy? There's a guy that had a hot dog stand out there. And I think that's how I survived.
Some guy.
I can't remember.
random guy.
Shamrock Farm.
Shamrock.
Yeah.
His uncle. That's Tashemi.
Yeah, that's his name.
The one from the YouTube video.
I think
that
that's
you haven't even seen yet.
No. And I think that's like the only...
Unreal.
I haven't watched it. It's the only place I like ate the whole week.
He did have a good hot dog.
He had good hot dogs.
Actually, he had a good hot dog.
I was like, yes, this is great. And I kept being like, thank you for being here and feeding me because I'm starving. How much weight did you lose this week?
I think I lost 3 kilos.
Yeah, and I think I lost 6 kgs in the week. And I'm not
It's just crazy because I lost 3 kilos eating Uncle Sam's hot dogs and pizza and like old pizza.
Well, I think I had like 3 of his hot dogs, and yeah, not much more for the week. So you ate, and I didn't, but we both lost weight. So that's the benefit. That if you guys want to diet, do that week. That was like
Or don't.
CrossFit
Or
on
don't.
steroids. We don't.
No. It was just.
Going into the holidays, skinnier. What's up?
It's not bad. Like it's not bad doing that if you're not losing money. That's all.
Yeah, if you're losing weight, it's great.
Yeah.
I've never actually in my life, I've always been jealous of my sister. My sister's always like getting stressed out and like loses weight and gets like really skinny. And I'm such a stress eater. Like when I'm really stressed, I get fatter. And I just needed to amp up the stress level just a little bit more. And I got skinny.
There you go.
It's like finally, I made it.
That's a good solution.
Yeah, I lost stress over weight over stress. I feel if I gained
It
weight
was
this week,
$500 a kilo. Was it worth it? It's worth it.
no, it's not quite worth it. But you know what? If I gained weight this week, I would have lost it. I would have been so mad. If I lost money and got fatter, I would have been ticked off. So at least I lost some weight. So,
But yeah, shout out to Uncle Sam and his hot dogs.
yeah, and the barbecue. That
Mean.
was good. Thank
Mean.
goodness.
And shout out to our friends, Kaushik and
Oh, and
Ranjana,
Yeah,
the
they're
Ranjits.
great.
So, if you guys, and I know a lot of you guys, are in, on the hunt, you're looking for a great Christmas gift. If you need a great Christmas gift, my friend Kaushik makes the best culverts in Honolulu. So if you need a culvert for your dad's driveway or for your stepmom's house or something like that,
Yeah,
please call Ranjit's Engineering. He makes the best culverts.
he does.
He
And,
does. Everybody uses them. RPA uses them.
and they're great people.
Yeah.
They're great.
I'm being
people.
I'm being stupid. But yeah, they
Man,
are become.
who knows? Maybe Merry Christmas. You know what?
You never
No
know. Gift a
flooding.
culvert.
I would do that. You know, if there's flooding happening, we are in rainy season. Merry
Give the
freaking
gift
Christmas.
of drainage this Christmas. It's not even funny.
We think this is funny. You know what? We're just saying that because they're lovely. They came out the first day. I ran into them in town.
We don't have friends like that in Fiji.
No, and they knew we were in a bit of like a pickle. And then they came out and like moved a bunch of stuff with us with their vehicle, which was so lovely. And then after the first day, we were exhausted. Day one, we were just like devastated because we barely slept. And then we got out there, and I'm supposed to like, we're supposed to set up the store. It's so muddy. We stopped moving things. We're just like, we'll just take people in the tractor and the vehicle and put them into camp and like call it a day.
Yeah, right.
And then they came out the next day when we were actually setting up the store, and I had all this like mini market product stuff, and I didn't know where to put it, like soap and like noodles.
Oh,
And
she helped you set that up?
yeah, they brought out their table, and then
Oh.
she like designed the mini market for me.
Oh.
And they put prices on everything, and they like actually made it cute because I was like, they're like, what do you want us to do? I'm like, I don't know. Help me.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know that because I came back. I must have been on the tractor.
You were.
And I came back and like all this stuff was displayed.
Yeah.
Oh, Ranjana.
Yeah, she's the bomb. She got it
You
done.
are the bomb. And you make the best biryani
It's true.
in the world.
And I
She
did-
also brought us like the biggest container of
and I
biryani.
didn't get any.
Yeah, I hid it on top of the Coke fridge.
That's why
It was
I'm
a
so
very
skinny.
tall Coke fridge.
why-
What?
that's
You didn't
why-
know that?
That's why I
Oh.
dropped so much weight. I didn't even get to
So
eat
I
the
gave it to
biryani.
me and I just like, shh, I just took it in the back and I just put it right at the top of the Coke fridge. And then me and Corey ate that for like the next 3-4
Yeah,
days.
so I tried to grab some before, like I had to leave.
You saw where I put it?
Yeah, but I couldn't
Oh.
reach it.
Yes.
It was too high for me, and there was nothing to stand on. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I just went home and went to bed.
That's why I love short girls.
You just can't reach the food.
You can't
It's
reach the
like,
biryani that I hide on top of the fridge.
so depressing.
Sucker.
I like a couple nights, like I'd come home, and the boys were with one of our aunties here. She's watching them, and they'd be sleeping, or one night I came home, they were awake. It was like 11 at night, and they're so emotional because my kids always go to bed early, and they're crying over me, and I'm starving. I'm eating all day. I think I had chocolate milk all day, and all I was thinking is like I shower and eat, and they're just wailing, crying, and I still have to put like 2 hours of work in to get all the orders organized, and I'm like, okay, boys, just come to bed. We like laid down, and I was disgusting. I was like thick with sweat.
Ew, and you went in my bed?
Yep.
You're nasty, bro.
And then I took off my socks,
Ew.
and then I like laid
Have
down
you changed the
with them.
sheets?
No.
Oh.
And I laid down with them, and I just died. I just passed out. No food, no nothing. I just passed out, and then I woke up in a panic at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I was waiting for your reply on the text, and then I got a message like 2:15.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
I like woke up like, I have all these orders to do, and I was like, just like not there. And then I did the orders and went back to bed for an hour, and then got up and went. And I just remember that day very vividly because I've never laid in our bed so like filthy. I did take off my like pants and stuff because they were dirty, but I had like a hoodie on and I was just sweaty, and it was not a pretty moment, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop talking about the bad things, okay? What was the best part about the camp?
Best part about the camp, I think, probably just using the tractor to just get people in and out. It was just fun. I enjoy 4x4. I enjoy 4x4 in as it is, and then 4x4 in is something that like is basically impossible to get stuck in. Is epic. And then doing 4x4 recoveries is also awesome. And so that was fun. Even though I wasn't making any money, that was still a good time.
I did some 4x4ing myself the first day.
Yeah, touch well.
Yeah. It was a wild camp because it was like supposed to be one-way traffic, and then once the mud hit, it was just chaos.
Oh yeah.
And people were sliding and fishtailing, and I was going in with a couple people, and I started sliding, and there's oncoming traffic that wasn't stopping, and it's just a single lane road, and it was just kind of mayhem. I got out of there, and then after that I said, okay, no more, because the kids are on the side of the road. I might hit one of them, and also,
and we need new tires so badly.
We need new tires. It's so funny in the
Which
video
road we're gonna be getting?
that we posted of me driving out. There's some guys like, you need to get like all terrains and some weight in the back, and it's like, bro, we weren't planning to do this. Like, I'm just trying to get out of a sticky situation.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be drifting in the mud that day. I thought I would be sitting at my
Nobody
local
wants
store.
to drift in the mud.
Well, get away. We did go for like some donuts. When everybody left, there was
After
like an open field.
After all you left, we went and just
Did some donuts in the mud because we could, right?
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like the best like drifting companion because I'm also like having fun, but also paranoid about like damaging
You're
the
annoying
vehicle.
when we go and like hooning around.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, cinder blocks! Hey! Be a better driver! Don't hit that! Don't damage my vehicle! It is what it is.
Well, oh, you know what was actually fun was seeing Kroy.
Yeah.
He's got good banter on him with the ladies.
Oh,
I will
really?
say. He is.
Really?
Oh, he's got. It's funny, you know. There's women, you know. There's some women hanging around, and Kroy is
Oh,
like,
dear.
you know, he can go. He can like make fun of them and oh, it's just funny. Like listening to the way that he like pulls strings and stuff. It's like,
One day,
and he's like acts too cool for school. He's like sitting back in this chair and he's like making fun of them, just like no smile. I'm like, man.
one of these days we're gonna play like Croy the Bachelor and find some ladies
Yeah.
to
We should do a special series.
wife him up.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Honestly, though,
Kroy needs to get wifed up.
what a good guy. Love him.
Oh yeah.
Like honest, hardworking, mellow, like witty, smart, like quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
He's got a huge personality. Like, great personality.
Yeah. Okay. Don't listen to John.
What? He's got big feet.
Okay, yeah. Keep going.
What?
Anything else?
What? I was saying you know what to say about big feet, right?
Big shoes.
Big shoes. Dang it.
That's it, yeah.
Shoot.
Like John's like go-to thing ever. It's not like I haven't
Always
been,
looking for a reason to say that.
have I been married to you for 12 years? Yes, I have.
Dang it.
Yeah. You cannot pretend like I haven't heard all your boring jokes.
So yeah, Kroy is our farm manager, and so we roped him into this hell week.
He was a trooper though. He was in for
Yeah.
like the camping. He was sleeping on like one of our like tin makeshift shelves with like a pillow the last day when I came to
last
pick
night.
him up.
That's the best place we ever slept, actually. Well, we did not sleep together on that shelf. He slept by himself while I was towing out this camp. Okay, so I towed out this camp. This camp actually wanted a shout out, but I won't shout them out right now because I'm getting a call. They brought simply too many things. They
They were over prepared.
Oh, dude, that doesn't even begin.
Was it a
to...
bunch of girls or like what was going on?
No, it was all guys like that I was there with. But like, we shouldn't be bringing like power tools to a camping thing. Like they had power saws and power drills, and they had a generator, they had a freezer, and I'm like calling them out of this thing. This person really wants to get a hold of me right now. Maybe they're watching the live and they're like, "How dare you?" I'm just gonna put that over there. And I was like, "You guys." Here's the thing. So they told me, they
Yeah,
they
please
raised
elaborate.
$17,000
Okay.
to come on this trip, and they brought one truck, and the bus was paid for. Maybe they had to pay for the bus as well. But like, I was like, 17 G's, and there was 60 of them, I think. So they all had that whole place. They're from Suva. They had one whole bus to themselves. I was like, That's 17,000. What Pathfinders I feel like needs to do, because it's such chaos. And this happened 4 years ago when they were, the last one was in Ra. And so this was the same weather, they said. I heard from multiple people. The same situation happened 4 years ago because they hold it in the same time. It's rainy season all over Fiji. They need to just outfit like all the Pathfinders. As you're going through Pathfinders, you should be having like a good just a backpacking backpack.
Yeah.
Like if the Seventh-day Adventist Church, like they have hospitals and stuff in Fiji, they send doctors and all this stuff. It's like, get a Chinese backpack made up.
Yeah.
That comes with like a sleeping pad, a tent with a waterproof fly, and some gumboots.
Yeah.
And then that's basically all that you need. And then everything that you need for yourself, you can carry on your back. Like every camper and every chaperone.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to like time to move out, you just pack all your stuff up and you move out.
Yeah.
Because what I had to do on the last night was like 5 trips, plus a guy took his SUV full and a Hilux, like a pickup truck full of stuff for this group. And I was like, there's too much stuff. Like that's like 7 trips in a tractor and a truck. And I was like, there should be a way better way to do this. If this is like a Scouts kind of thingy, like we should be more, like mobile than this.
But like, let's say like in Canada when we go like the compact cooking stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if you're cooking for 60 people, you don't want a small pot. You want big pots. You need large amounts of stuff. This is not a small undertaking. Like, if I was...
Yeah, but I feel like just like the campers and stuff could come
less heavy loaded.
Less heavy loaded. And
more
then like
prepared.
each like place would come with like a cooking team.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, a group of cooks or whatever. Like the chaperones and like the stuff. And like you're allowed this much space of stuff. Because like I'm like, that's 17,000. I mean, man, you guys paid for a full 3-time truck.
I would actually do if it was my camp.
What?
They built like a toilet area. You have 4 years to build this camp. I would build a ginormous outdoor kitchen. And I would literally just have it like food hall style. And I would feed all the campers in one area.
Oh.
And they would just mess hall it. Because the sanitation out there.
Oh gosh.
Ugh.
So I used to live in Africa. And we lived there like right after a civil war, right when there was no housing, and my parents ran an orphanage. And one of the big problems, there's 2 main killers. One is malaria, one is dysentery or diarrhea. And diarrhea because of unsanitary living conditions. People were just pooing all over the place. So it was just a mess. And cholera as well, which is caused a lot by unsanitary conditions. And so the smell that I remember in Byra, like that, driving through certain parts of the city, and you just smell like this like sour, like it's not the smell of like poop, it's like the smell of like poop and water, and it's like sitting for days. And it was just, when I was going back to pick people up,
This was in the last day, right?
Yeah. I was like, I forgot about this smell. I forgot about this smell.
Dugout bathrooms, I think like the second day we were there, I have like no smell in my nose, so I'm pretty good going out there. The girls were saying to me, we like parked by one of the bathrooms, and I couldn't really smell it. I like got a few wafts of something, but I couldn't smell it really good.
Might have been your armpits.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I stunk enough for myself. But the girls were saying to me, oh, it smelled really bad in there. And that was the second day. And then on the last day, that's when we had 2 days of solid rain. So I'm sure the bathrooms, because they're just dugouts, are
who knows?
filled up with water.
This is an assumption. We don't know.
Well, I hadn't been in there, but they are just pit toilets. So they'd get filled with water, and then water rises and things flow. So I would say the last day, not great.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping everybody kind of went home, you know.
It didn't seem like there was a lot of sickness. Well,
that's not true.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah. I did have a dad come up with his son who wanted a black coffee for his son's stomach. Have you heard of that before?
No.
Yeah. Dude, I put so much sugar in that coffee.
You'd
Like, it
have
needs to be sweet.
Because the kid wouldn't drink it if it wasn't.
Oh, I put 4 tablespoons,
Yeah.
probably at least, in there. I was like, oh my gosh.
We had coffee out there mostly for John and I.
Oh, dude. I was fueled by just straight caffeine the whole time.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah.
And anger.
And anger. Yeah, I had one day that I lost it. I was real tired, and I got really mad at some people, and it wasn't my best moment of life.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So.
Should we wrap up the camp talk?
Yeah, I'm kind of done with it.
Yeah.
I think going forward this week we're shut for 2 weeks until New Year's for fresh tea and coffee.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of decided, we lost so much money and we need to pay rent, but we also needed more cheese and meat for the store, so we said let's just pay rent and we'll stock it when we're back. So that's why it's not open for a couple weeks. We're going to take a bit of a break. We need to sleep, and then we'll be better people to actually give you good service. Our team is tired, and they got enough pay that they're fine to have an actual break, so we're happy that that is the case. So that's kind of what's going on with the storefront. Do you have any questions?
I do have some questions. I got some questions.
All right.
Can I kill my baby daddy?
No. Number one, no. But okay, continue.
That's just her question.
That's a straight up. That's all. What did he do?
Huh?
What did he do?
There's no description.
There's nothing. It's
No.
just, can I kill him?
Can I kill? Well, no, you cannot kill your baby daddy.
Number one, no.
We need a bit more detail than that.
Like, if he's done something horrendous, obviously there's other consequences. But I don't think that you can just go around murdering people. Oh,
Short answer, no, you cannot
short
murder
answer,
people.
no, you may not. Yeah,
Okay.
ends there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's difficult when you have a baby daddy, I guess, because you're not in like a full-on relationship. But that obviously makes things awkward.
Yeah, like it's one thing if like he did something like horrendous and like.
Like, you're already calling him a baby daddy, so you guys probably aren't together, or like you guys aren't like
but
committed to each
You're
other.
also calling him like baby daddy, so that means that like he is the daddy to your baby. If he was a monster, you'd be like, this psycho that knocked me up, can I kill him? There's levels to like the pet name, and like you don't like this person because he ditched you, but they are still the baby daddy. Not the baby's dad that I hate. It's a monster and is a psycho and we should kill him. Like, too far.
Too far.
Too far.
Baby daddies can be good people. I think they can be great people.
I think
I think
baby
they're
daddies.
sometimes the best people, actually.
I don't think you should say that out loud. I think it just depends on the situation.
It's your issue, okay.
So, shut
I'm just thinking about certain people in particular. All right, second question. What do you do if there's something bothering you? Do you talk about it? What if your partner doesn't want to? I'm not going to read the names, obviously, on these.
Okay.
What do you do if there's something bothering you? Do you talk about it? What if your partner doesn't want to?
Do I talk? How about you answer that about me? Do I talk about it if it bothers me?
Yeah, you do.
Every time.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to?
Then we just talk about it later.
We still talk about it. Yeah. Just depends on how resilient I am. Like, even last night, I don't know what we were fighting about. And then,
We were fighting a lot.
we were fighting, like, a lot last night. And then I was like, John, just stop being mad. You're tired. I'm tired. Just call it quits.
Yeah, that was actually amazing.
I never do that. I'm not, like, really resilient
I'll never
in
forget
fights.
that moment, actually. I won last night. Gosh, I won last night.
You're welcome. Well, I was
Yeah,
just
it was
like,
good.
I'll actually be so pissed tomorrow, and then we're going to be having a whole new fight. And I was like, I don't think I have the energy to hold up my anger. That's kind of what I was going for. And then I was like, I don't know why John's so mad. I actually don't even know what he's pissed about. And then I came up to you, and I was like, I tried 3 times. Or 4, maybe.
Yeah, you did.
I tried a lot.
You were...
And then I came up another time, and you went and have tea. And then I came up, and I thought, I'm going to give him a hug from behind. You can't even be mad if I hug him. And then I, like, gave you, like, a behind hug. And then you were like, fine.
Yeah.
No, I was
Julie
like,
wasn't here, that's why I got the behind hug.
don't be mad, honey.
And then I gave the behind hug.
No. No? I went to bed. No.
Guys, we're all so tired. This is like all the jokes covered, like all the stuff.
Also, like, please little bit bad for me. Like I live in just like a permanent boys club. No, just no.
Yeah.
Both of you. I'm gonna smack you in the head.
Is painting a good job or no?
No. Have you ever painted a whole house?
Well, like if you're actually.
Wait. Are we talking about
Yeah, painters
painting?
make a lot of money in Canada
Wait,
at least.
are we painting a whole house? Or are we an artist? Very different things.
Huh?
Is painting? Are we talking about painting walls? Or are we talking about like painting canvases?
I would say painting walls.
Okay.
Yeah.
It depends on your height.
There are people who make very good money painting.
Okay, don't paint walls. There is new technology. Tape and spray, baby. Because I have painted every single house other than my mom's last one with her. And it is exhausting. Just to like roller the whole house. And I'm not quite tall enough to reach the ceiling. But I'm the right height. If I jump, I won't hit the ceiling. I'll just get to the tape. So if I jump up and down the hallway.
That's a terrible technique.
If I jump the hallway, I'm the perfect height and I will never touch the roof. Yeah. But I will say, I hate that job so very, very much. Have you ever painted? You painted our house. Remember when you did?
Dude, I'm a very intricate kind of painter.
Okay. Something deeply wrong with John and I. So when we first got married, we like had this like ghetto apartment with no windows. It was dingy, and we're like,
I will say the dark blue oil paint in the bathroom was a big mistake. I still, to this day, it's still a big mistake.
Okay, so we thought for some reason it was gonna be so cool to have blue and yellow walls with stripes in between them.
It was cool. It separated the kitchen and the living room really
Was
nicely.
it cool? I don't know. And you spent days.
Not days.
You
Days.
spent so long
2 days maybe.
lining up those stripes, and then they weren't even perfect because the tape. Remember how the tape
No, it was perfect.
was not perfect, and the tape
my
melted
gosh.
through, like you were like rollering it, and then it like seeped through, so it's kind of.
I know. I have a perfect image of that
Yeah.
in my mind, yeah.
Anyway, we had this really.
So painting can be a great job. My dad's actually a painter in his pastime. That's what he does like after hours
Oh yeah.
to send money home. This house is built because my dad was a painter
Yeah.
in after hours. So there you go.
And my uncle's wife, her father, is a very wealthy man from
Yeah.
painting houses. A very wealthy man from just painting.
Multi-millionaire. But that's like setting up a painting business and franchising and coming up with a way to like expand it beyond him being the painter. He's not the painter. Is there any comments that we can talk about? Anything?
Cody's in the chat.
Where is he? Where are you anyways? You're good. You know what? You were good last week. This week, you're MIA a bit. We were just talking about how skilled you are with the women. ACS, you know, ACS. ACS. If you know what I'm saying.
We're getting the girls from Women Who Quit.
Roy's got that banter. He's got that good banter. It's Tuesday, ain't it?
It's Tuesday, ain't it?
A bottle of water. He's got that banter
Oh my God.
with the ladies. Ladies.
That's the worst English accent I've ever heard. It's not even like legible. I can't understand what you're saying.
Shoot. Any comments? Anything that people want to say? Talk about? No? Okay,
No,
we'll keep
people
going
are
with
asking about Tui's eligibility.
No, that's
and-
my tawali. She's
Oh.
calling.
these. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should we talk about this?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
No. And then I was just seeing Croy in the thing. So that's about it. All right. What's
Oh,
the
shout out to Liam and Sue.
Yeah.
Who brought us dinner the one night as well. That was very, very kind. It was nice to have a change from our pizza and hot dog diet.
Okay,
Uncle
also-
Sam, no, actually, no, I enjoyed it. I was sick of pizza. I never got sick of hot dogs.
hot dogs were right. Barbecue.
But then Liam and Sue showed up with like roast chicken and pasta.
And I didn't even eat it because I was so
You didn't get any of
nauseous.
it.
I was so tired.
Mhm.
When I get tired, I feel like puking, and I just like looked at it, and then I was like, I want to, but I think I'll throw up. So John ate mine, which I was kind of annoyed about. I kind of wanted.
I left you a little bit of it, and then it went bad.
Oh, sorry. Oh, actually, before we move on, there was a couple at the coffee shop yesterday. No, 2 days ago, when we were closing down, and the one guy was from the British Army. He's in
No,
Scotland.
Shh.
British Army in Scotland.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
You don't even know. We were chatting. If I'm wrong, you can be like, she is wrong. But
Right.
I think I'm right. Anyway, and his wife's name, I think, was Va.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Do you remember his name?
You don't remember his name?
I just remember Scotland. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
oh, Scotland. Cool.
Anyways.
Anyway, I told them we'd be open later this week. And then, like, within, like, 5 hours, we're like, we're shut.
Poor people.
And they said they were going to come back. And they always watch our podcast. So, hey, guys. Sorry, Scotland guy and Va. I don't remember your name. I remember your face. You guys were awesome. I'm so sorry that we weren't open this week. If we're around next week, hang out there, but we're not open, I'll still give you coffee. Because they were cool. I feel
Va
good.
was a really curious kind of girl. She was like one of those like people who's like she was like, I don't know, she's not super shy. I'm saying this because I hope they actually watch the podcast to listen to this.
Okay.
Right. It was funny because like she was like acting like she didn't know us, or like she was awkward because like he was such, you know, like such a big fan, and like obviously like we appreciate them both. But I was like, do you not like me, or are you like hard to get, or are you like awkward because like your guy's like such a big fan? Because
He was great. I loved him.
Yeah.
She was great. You just came in and surprised them, I think.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about all the guys in like Scotland, like they listen to the podcast all together and all this stuff, and I was like, dude, that's a true fan, because I feel like you know us too well if you listen to the
I know.
podcast. Like maybe too well, maybe only like skip a few, so like when we have chats, you're not like, I already know.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
My bestie has recently got a girlfriend who has told me to keep away from him. How do
No,
I-
stop. My bestie recently got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
So the guy,
okay,
his best friend,
Yeah.
recently got a girlfriend.
okay.
Who has told me to keep away from him. How do I proceed? We've been mates for 8 years. I love this kind of question. If you guys got questions like this,
So-
you need to send them in.
So wait, this
I
is a
love this.
guy that now has a girlfriend, and he said it's a chick.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, girl.
Well, I assume it's a chick. I mean, but you
Sorry,
never
girl.
know.
You can't hang out with me because now I got a real girl.
What?
Right?
Hmm.
Right? This guy's dating a girl, and he's a girl, like a friend that's a girl, and he's like, don't hang out with me. I have a real girl, and like we can't be friends.
No, the girlfriend of the other best friend, of his best friend, his new girlfriend, tells his best friend, you can't hang out with my boyfriend anymore. I don't want you around my boyfriend.
Okay. Well, it depends why. Okay. Like the problem with some of these questions is there's zero context. We need like a story, because if like the girl, let's say it's me, okay, and I'm dating
Because that's
you.
what my friends
But
said
listen.
about you.
True. No.
No.
Not true. That's wrong. You have it wrong.
You know, I have it the other way around, I guess.
You have it the other way around. They thought you were too good for me, and oh well. I didn't like them.
It's true.
I thought your friends. No offense now. Don't think this now when you're listening to it. All is good. I thought you were a bunch of nerds, and you hated me, so I hated you back. But now we're good.
Very good.
But in the context of this question, I feel like it just depends. Like, if the best friend's doing drugs, or if
Mhm.
he's always like, come, let's go get drunk all the time, or like being like a terrible influence, then yeah. But like,
Yeah.
also not your like, as a girlfriend, you can't just come in and be like, don't hang out with my guy. You have to say to your guy, don't hang out with that idiot.
If he's an idiot. But she could also just be jealous.
Of them just like being bros. and
Yeah, like it
best
could be
friends.
just like a first time relationship, and the girl could just be like, I
Then
don't,
dump her.
yeah.
You don't want to be dating some needy,
Waffles,
Like-
everybody!
yeah, you don't want to be dating some needy person that like clings to you, and you can't have friendships, because that's not healthy.
Mm.
You get so sick of each other. Like, if you actually have a good relationship, it's way healthier for you guys to go have like friendships that are good friendships, to go do your own thing, to have a break from each other, and when you see each other, you enjoy each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's healthy to have.
Sure, we fought less when I was hanging out with Corey all week.
Yeah. Now you're back at the house.
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
Oh gosh, poor Tui.
He wasn't here. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. We weren't even shouting or anything.
No.
Just back hugs going
Just
on.
back hugs.
Just tired. Just joining in over here. That's what it is.
Right. I'm just, guys, the reason I'm on my phone is because I'm trying to get you guys' questions here. So if you guys want to ask questions, you got to put them on our story. That's how I'm getting these questions.
Oh, some of you wanted to know this week why the boys didn't come out to the camp, back to the camp. The boys did come out to the camp twice. I had them out there for maybe like 8 hours total for 2 days. It was a lot for them, so I just told them they didn't have to take photos. And just so everybody knows, just in life in general, if you guys come up to us and say, hey, can I take a photo? John and I are more than happy to take a photo with you guys.
Yeah, like totally honored that
please
like anybody
do.
would want my ugly mug in their phone.
With our children, it's up to them. So I always give our kids the option. And I always ask them, if you say, can we have a photo? I say, okay, let me ask the boys. And I'll ask them. And if they don't want to, then I say no. And I don't, no offense, I don't care about how you feel about it. Because to me, my 5-year-old and my 7-year-old's feelings are more important in that moment. And to protect, like, their emotional well-being. Because they don't know you guys. And, like, as much as they understand kind of the concept, it is overwhelming for them, and we just want to respect their boundaries. So we'll always step in and take photos, but just so everybody's not offended, if my kids,
We just always ask them for their permission.
yeah, if my kids say yes, and most of the time they do. It just depends, like if they're cranky or if they've had a lot of photos and they're kind of like overwhelmed.
Because if you guys realize, like, I don't know if people realize, but like a lot of our content actually isn't about our kids. I think that's just like the fact that we're a family, or that we're two parents who have kids. I think that's what identifies with a lot of people. And so we try not to actually make the bulk of our content like just the boys. Like, because I do watch some YouTube channels, or I don't actually watch them, but I come across, or on Facebook or Reels or stuff, it's like people who are like force their kids to just make like content. And like there's like, I saw this one the other day where his dad was like making his son like taste his cooking, and like the channel was named after his son.
Okay.
And I don't even know what it was. It just made me feel ick, because I'm like, oh, you like make your son perform so that it's like
you can video him.
You can be popular, or so that like you can get like monetization, so you can monetize off of like him. I was like, it's kind of like weird.
Yeah, and so kids, that's like, not. If we take video of them, we typically ask like, "Hey, is it cool if we post it?" And they know like what that means. We've walked them.
And typically they're like, "Post it."
Yeah, my kids think it's pretty cool, especially if their teachers see it at school. They're like, "Yeah." But that's different. Like we do keep them in the village, and they keep pretty like secluded, and they don't get exposed to a lot of stuff. So they have like this life where they're nobody here. And then when they have to take photos, it's a weird thing for them. I think they get like shocked by it. So that's just something I thought, yeah, it's good to start letting people know that they have a decision in it. Because I think a lot of people, when I've told them sorry, no, the faces that I've gotten is pretty offended. But it's not meant to be offensive. It's actually just because, you know, we want to honor our children and their decisions and how they feel. So, yeah.
Do you think finances should be kept separate in a marriage?
No, not at all. I think like most of my friends that have separate finances end up separating. And that's just because like you're separate people then. You don't make decisions together. And the things in marriage that are really important are like your belief system, your money, and probably how you raise children. I don't know if there's anything else bigger than those 3 things. But I think, like, if you guys can agree on how your money's spent, you will align a lot better. And if you kind of have to be accountable for your money as well. Like, I have a friend way back in the day that her and her husband had separate accounts. And she did not know, but he was, like, negative, I think, 100,000, something ridiculous, because he was addicted to drugs. And she had no idea. What? She had no idea, because they never had, like, they didn't talk about money. Her money was hers, his money was his, and he just blew it all in drugs and had this secret addiction that she had no idea about it for 5 years. And like,
That's
not
crazy.
saying that's everybody, but I think like, if you are going to be married to someone and join lives together, then you also join finances together. And you have to agree on how those are spent. And we've got some friends that I think they do it well. They don't agree on how they spend their finances always. So they go, okay, each month
They each get an allowance.
you get
of
an
like
allowance,
$200.
I get an allowance, and there's no questions. If I want to just spend it on ice cream, I can eat ice cream all month. It's up to me.
Once my money's run out, it's run out.
Yeah, once my money's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And like the bills and our savings, everything's kind of like put out in structure.
Yeah.
And then their allowance is what they want to spend it on, and nobody can judge. If you want to spend it on coffee all week, go ahead. If you want to save it for 3 months and spend it on a nice jacket, go ahead. It's kind of up to you. So I think like that kind of system can work really well. John and I do typically 4-year intervals for finances.
You've been on it long though. No.
Have I?
Maybe not.
I don't know. I'm not great at finances compared to John.
That
John's
explains
like,
a lot.
So
Just kidding.
it's not true. But John's just more structured. I still get it done. John just has the dates of all the bills, and like he like makes a spreadsheet, and it's like very like systematized, and like if I spend $2, he's like, where did you spend that $2? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So me, I'm pretty like, yeah, money flows, money gets paid. I see a bill, pay it off. John's like, can I spend money? I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, okay. And then I don't spend money to make up for
When was the
John's
last time that
spending.
you bought something just like something worth a few $100s that you just like wanted without thinking about it? I feel like I used to do that more. I think that's probably because of online shopping. Like, you just get stuff. But I feel like I haven't spent money on something that, like, I want. Like, since I bought my spear gun or something. Like, something that wasn't for a business. Like, I still get excited about, like, new camera gear and stuff like that. But that's, like, for...
I'm trying to think.
You know what I mean?
I think the last thing I bought for myself.
I'm talking about completely something useless that you don't... isn't necessary for life.
Well, like, we both bought the same really expensive pair of pants. Like, from the same... Like, we went to Lululemon, like, not last trip, but the trip before.
Oh.
And both of us bought, like, expensive... You bought expensive shorts. I bought an expensive pair of pants. Because they last forever.
And if they get torn, you can take them back.
Yeah.
And there's lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
just
So
like-
I feel like that was, like, the most frugal... Like, not frugal. No, the most, like, elaborate thing I've done in years. I feel guilty when I go spend money that's like just for me. I can't really do it. Actually, I will say randomly, okay? And you know about this. Randomly, probably every like 6 months, I'll go to the secondhand shop
Oh, yeah.
and I'll just go buy like 4 dresses because I'm like, ew, if I have to look at myself anymore in these ugly dresses, I think I may barf. And so I'll get new dresses and then I wear them for another 6 months because we have so many like snags in our house that like most of my clothes.
What is a snag? I feel like most people won't know what a snag is.
Snag is like a hook that you like walking and then like your clothes tear on it.
Or a nail.
Or a nail, and you're just like, another one. I have so many items of clothing that have holes in it, like right here, because in our house there's like window ledges, and, like random nails that just like snag all my clothes, and then after all of them are just like holy, I chuck them out, and then I go get new ones at the secondhand shop. So that's kind of like my weird like guilty pleasure, and I always sneak the shopping though, because you would never be like, I need like 2 hours. You would never, ever, ever be like, yeah, totally. Go spend 2 hours shopping. So I do sneak that. That's kind of like my, like, I'm not telling John until it's over.
Unreal.
There's no way that you'd be like, enjoy 2 hours of your life just shopping. So just do it.
Oh, you got me a good shirt last time. 2 good shirts.
I did.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The ironic part was that I wore the shirt with a missing button to a meeting with a clothing designer. So I was sitting in this meeting with a guy who was worth like a lot of money, and designs you know, he has a very well-known fashion brand overseas, and I'm like sitting there, and the whole time I'm like looking at my second button because it's held together with a staple that I took before I left the house, and like poked it through the shirt and then poked it through the buttonhole,
Yeah.
and like did that a couple times just to, like held it closed, and I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. It's like, man,
That's my favorite thing.
crazy.
You're like wearing that shirt, and I was thinking, I don't think there's a button on that one. You just closed it with a staple. Like,
Well, I didn't realize I was sitting across the table from him. I'm like, I'm such an idiot right now. And then I just pointed it out.
no, you didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Aw,
I was like,
that's
I don't know.
worse.
Huh?
Really? Why?
Well, because it's just like, I think it's good to be self-deprecating and be like, I would have. Realize
I
like
would've done
I
the
know
same.
you see it, so I'm just gonna tell you that like it's here because like I don't want to be the idiot who's like sitting across from you in like a shirt with a missing button.
I would have done the
I bent
same
the
thing.
staple to
I'm
keep
just
the
saying,
shirt
I don't
together.
think you needed to.
Oh.
I think it was probably dark enough and fine.
Oh.
I definitely would have outed myself too because I couldn't handle
How
it.
did you say it?
How did I say it?
You're like, did you see the staple in my shirt?
No, okay. Well, what happened was like because a bunch of boys from Bua were there, the boys from the farm. They're like, yeah, you guys all came from the farm. I came from the farm. See, I freaking got this shirt. Got no button on it. Like, this is how we go. So I was just like probably trying to play it cool. I
Josh
was like,
just trying to play it cool.
like they're from the farm. I came because it's so funny because these boys are actually literally they're on the farm in Bua province, close to us here. And then 2 days later, that we're sitting at the Grand
GPH.
Pacific Hotel, and like they're all just like, what? Like just looking around. Like they've probably been there before, or in Suva, but it was just like definitely culture shock. Just like being like, holy, the opulence of this place, because that place is really cool. But yeah, like to go from
And Josh
probably
is
eating
sitting there
like
with a staple. He's like,
eating
yeah.
like noodles and tin fish and belly, and then going to like, excuse me, sir, and you like have to like move like this, and the lady like comes, she like puts a napkin over your knee. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, yeah.
Table etiquette. I've been eating with my hands
Oh gosh, yeah.
for years. Actually, the funniest thing, when we went back to Canada, your mom was like so after our kids for eating with their hands. And then I was like laughing at her because I'm like, Mom, like, dude, we're in the village. You can't like even be mad at them. I don't teach them like good table manners. And my grandma would be so offended. I don't even like if my grandma eats around my kids because when I was a kid, I had to take like table etiquette classes. My grandma used to make us like sit up with posture and napkins and like how do you hold your fork and how do you cut things properly and like how many chews and how do you use a napkin properly and you know. And my children are just like,
How about who cares?
this food.
How about it's freaking 2023?
Well, it's culture.
Huh?
It's culture.
Yeah.
Culturally,
There's like a
here-
billion people in India though that
Okay.
like all eat with their hands.
Yeah, but that's a different culture.
So
In Canada, our culture is not to do that. And I will see there is technique. Like when I first came here 12 years ago, and John's like, here, eat with your hands. I was like,
and eat with your left hand, not your right hand.
no, you did not say that. And it was so hard because like when you grew up eating with your hand and you like spoon it into your mouth, there's like a technique. I did not know that technique. So I'm like, how do I pick up rice with my hands and get it to my mouth? Like I just wanted to be like, and everybody's like using their hands like, you know, like a spoon. And so I'm like watching everybody. And it's so hard to get it into your mouth. Even now I struggle. And I hate when people watch me eat because I'm like failing at it. Okay, if you guys never did it growing up, hey, I would like you to come to a fine dining restaurant and see how your etiquette is there. Okay? Pretty
Yeah.
sure you'd slurp your soup, so you shut it. I hear you all the time eating your soup. You're like, and I'm like, ugh! I'm like, dude, they're so rude. Don't do that.
Save energy.
Huh?
Save energy.
No. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
I don't know what they're laughing about.
Huh?
I'm too tired to deal with you guys.
No, just don't worry about it.
I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me a question, please. Give me a question right now.
What was your biggest challenge in Fiji and how did you overcome it?
Well, the biggest challenge appears to be making money. Right there, brother. Yeah. All right.
Trees up. Trees up.
Yeah. So it seems like everything that we do, we're basically break even, but at a loss because the amount that we're at a loss is the amount that we have paid people to do the thing. So like if basically saying if we were the operators who did everything ourselves, we would keep all that money that we paid other people. And so it just feels like we can't get past and like we're figuring this out. And so I know it's great, like everybody has opinions. Like congratulations to people who've had businesses handed down to them from their fathers and grandfathers. That's great. Like we're trying to do something that hasn't been done before. And so I understand that there are different ways to do things. Obviously we have to change things and we're figuring things out. But like one of the realizations that I came to just like this week, honestly, is that like a lot of the friends that I have who have very successful and profitable businesses, and I was talking about this with Kaushik and Ranjita, who have the culverts that you guys will be gifting to your family members this Christmas.
The gift of drainage.
The gift of some
Grift and so many gifts.
What does grift mean anyways?
Drifting, grifting, gifting. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, if you got it, if you've got a hole, put a culvert in it. That's what I always say.
That is what he always says.
I always say that. And so, with that, I'll proceed with my original thought, which was saying that I realized that a lot of the successful business people that I know in Fiji, for whatever reason, it could be just because of the way the economy is set up, they are B2B type businesses. So their businesses sell to other businesses, or they provide a product or service that is then used or purchased by other businesses. Not B2C, business like to customer. So our businesses, up until the media company, our business serves individual clientele. And I think it's also because we're in Vanuatu. We got to get to Viti level. That's where a lot of you guys are. That's where like a lot of the money flows. And so I just need to do stuff here before I leave, because that would be like counterintuitive to us coming to Fiji. Would be to just like, oh, it's in our roots, come back to our roots, and then just like totally not do anything in our roots, right?
Yeah.
And so we've been trying, we've learned a lot of lessons, and I think we know that like, hey, we got to have a business that serves entities, corporations, businesses, and we got to also be able to get to the population. And so
I think like the coffee shop that we built is actually fantastic. To me, the day that we open up in Suva, I think we'll do well. We've put it in Sanganga because our family is here, and we want something for our community. And so if you've been to Sanganga, you'll see that it is not like the biggest city center. It's not even a town, it's a junction. And most of our people coming through are people that travel, or they're people coming from overseas that just find us in Sanganga, which is really great. But it's not like a big booming place. And so for that, we do decently. If John and I just ran the shop ourselves, we'd make a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
But we want to employ people. That's the issue. Financially the issue. But they're covering their costs. They're making some money to just kind of keep the place okay for most of the part. I think if we're in Suva, we'd have a lot more traffic. We're hoping that will keep coming. We're talking to someone right now that's looking at investing and just needs a little bit more time. So we're going to wait on that. When we go to Suva, I want to get our marketing more in line with our concept. Like we want it to be something that's not fancy, but it's fresh, like a new taste on pizza, a new taste on things that we do, but that it's not somewhere that don't bring your snobbery, don't expect it to be posh. We will furnish it with roofs, like furniture. We don't want it to be somewhere where like people are like, it's too fancy for us to go, it's too expensive. We want it to be decently priced for everybody. That's kind of
We
why
want it
we
to
did
be
it.
like the Tim Hortons of Fiji.
Yeah, if you've ever been to Canada, we want
Or
it
the
to be
Dunkin'
like
Donuts.
Dunkin'
But,
Donuts,
like,
Tim Hortons, kind of
yeah.
that kind of concept. Something like chill enough that like it's comfortable. People can come in.
But with better coffee than both.
Yeah.
Gosh, they have
Look.
trash coffee. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It's gone downhill.
Yeah. I actually had a great marketing idea that I can't remember now.
What?
I'll have to think about it
Um,
again. But yeah, we gotta get to Suva.
yeah, I think that is the thing.
Other question?
Someone
Yeah, just ready there.
in the questions was asking us something about why we chose to come to Fiji. I can't remember. I have to look it up. I was looking at it a moment ago.
Oh.
My feet are so
May I know what made you move to Fiji and how long did it take you to prepare financially as a family prior to moving to Fiji? So, Silo Tawakewo. Thank you for the question. What made us move to Fiji? I need to figure out a better way to like say this in like 2 seconds. We visited Fiji every couple of years. One of the years we were visiting, we were sitting right here on this veranda, looking at the mountain that you cannot see right now in the background, and I was like, there's way too much unused space and natural resources that are just like at our disposal as landowners, and we need to do something about it. And once I felt like I had that conviction, I couldn't like shake it. And so we're like, we have to do something with the land and the resources that are around us. And so that's why we came. And so the whole thing we want to do with land here, at least, is start a sandalwood farm, which we've started, but obviously had our setbacks.
It was really funny. One of the conversations that we had, which I always forget about, is I remember we were driving down, like,
Lakeshore?
No, KLO and all the farmland area.
Back in Kelowna, British
Kelowna,
Columbia,
Canada.
and Canada.
And we were talking about like, okay, if we did something in Fiji, like, what are we like pursuing? And we were like, oh, I wonder if we could get into like, what is pharmaceutical and what can we sell to the Chinese people? Because we're like, what's the biggest market in the world? We were talking about exporting. And that has changed drastically. There was a funny conversation that we were like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then now that we're on the ground, our direction has changed a lot, which doesn't have to. But we had a lot of scrambling to do with COVID. I think one of the other reasons that we moved to Fiji is like our business in Canada was pretty set up to be run by our manager. We were not working more than like 10 hours a week in it. And we kind of felt like we needed to do something more with our lives. It was either like expand our current business in Canada, or we had the option of coming here.
Yeah.
And for myself, I would never move to Fiji if it wasn't for business. I like the idea of being able to make more businesses and be able to afford to try some crazy things until I was gung-ho about it. But I knew kind of Fiji in general, just as like to move here without purpose, I knew that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But I think like overall, I think we've made a good decision. There's this
Financially preparing for it though?
Financially preparing for it, we took a year.
Yeah. And like she said, we have a residential and commercial cleaning company in Canada. It's not a multi-million-dollar business, but it pays the bills, and we just made sure that we had it set up so that it can be run without us.
So just so everybody knows, we had been running that for 10 years before, 11 years before we moved. So we had years to kind of prepare. Like I did it solo for 5-6 years, and then once we had 6, 7, 8, 9, more like 7, 8 years, and then John joined me for I think the last 3 years to run it with me, and then we had our oldest Aliki. I think my math is way off. I'm tired, guys. Round it out. And then because of that, we've had time to kind of like prepare, and then we had a year to kind of figure out how to save and get all our stuff. And we have a lovely friend named Don, and he let us crash at his house for 6 months to save our rent money, so we could buy some laptops and extra stuff that we kind of needed to be here. So that was nice. That was really generous of him. And he's like a single guy, and he just moved our entire family in with him. So he was a trooper because I'm like, it's gonna be loud and it's gonna be messy, and we will try and make sure we clean up after everything. But he was lovely, and still
Yeah.
is to this day very lovely.
And it's funny, like if we will, it's just like the day that we make it and we make it big. And that's why I'm like willing to go through the losses, like say with this like Seventh-day Adventist camp, or you know, figuring out, you know, with farming or with, you know, different business ventures, like just seems to be like you're dragging your feet and like you keep losing money. But it's like you're wrong until you're right. And so when we're right, we'll be like really freaking right.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons why I am willing to like stick it out for so long. And so, but people like Don have been there with us, you know, for us, like since the beginning. And when we make it, you know, everybody, it's just so typical. People are like, oh, overnight success. But describe your overnight success. Like you were just all of a sudden, and it's like, nobody will ever know the like decades before an overnight success. And that goes for everybody, you know? It's like the slow burn of growing. And maybe for us it won't be that. Maybe for us it'll be like, oh, you guys are successful because we have a social media following and stuff like that. People just automatically think they're like, we're rolling in the dough. But like they don't actually know the real story behind it.
Do you know what I always think about? I always think about now, like when people burn me, or like they steal from me, or they treat me badly. I like let it go, but I never forget. And I always think like, okay, one day if I make it even bigger, or I do like really well for myself, and you come and you like ask me for something, I will forget that. But the people that have like, when we have nothing, and the people that support you from like day one, I also will not forget that. And like if there is some sort of something that like I can do in return at that point, then I will. I think that's always something like, I don't know, like people when they treat you badly and then they come back around, when they're like, oh, you've got this, like you might as well hand it out for free. It's like hard pass, you know? And John's actually coming in January with John's parents. Your mom and dad are coming down mid-January.
We're not talking about that though. So one of the things, were you getting full on storage there?
We're on the
Second thing. All right. So, anything else to talk about?
No, I think we should wrap up. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you guys for joining us. This was the Waka Family Podcast, brought to you by Waka Media. We'll be commencing more things in the new year, finishing up a couple jobs right now. So thank you guys for the support, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. Merry Christmas and
Merry
a very happy New Year. Thank you guys for joining us on the live.
Yeah, thanks guys.
There's a lot of you
Thanks for
actually
the
in right now,
questions.
so we appreciate you guys joining in for this random session with us, and we will
Retired,
see you
going to
guys in 2024.
Goodbye.
Peace.